What's going on, everyone? Just getting at it for the day. And I wanted to speak to you about choosing the right dog. Whether that be choosing the right dog for yourself as your companion, choosing the right dog to be able to bring into your family unit, or choosing the right dog for a certain task that you need that animal to be able to adhere to. Some of the things that we need to be able to take into consideration when we want to choose our dog is, do we have an understanding of how the parents and the lineage on both the sires and the dam side of this dog compensate for each other's pros and cons to be able to produce a structurally sound, functional animal, both mentally and physically. Because we need to be aware there's too many half-assed, backyard, just fuckwit breeders, to say the least, that are just putting any dog with any dog to make a quick buck because they think it looks cool, and the type of fucking coddled, dickheads that go, oh, but I just want a pup from my girl or my boy or whatever it may be. Not understanding that there's a lot more to this game. Not understanding that we need to put certain dogs together so that they can compensate where they fall short, to be able to continue to breed dogs of substance and dogs that are going to be healthy animals, both physically and mentally. There are too many dogs that end up within shit circumstances and incompetent homes, and that are also very dysfunctional animals because of the way they're bred. So when we can learn to look at these things, it's going to reduce these negative factors. We need to understand, does the dog's temperament match well with our personality? Understanding who we are as an individual and why the self-awareness about who we are as an individual is so important when it comes to picking the right dog. If we are a very strong, assertive type personality, you don't want to get a dog that is going to be too handler sensitive. But therefore, if you are a much softer personality and you are much more nurturing, I could even go as far to say as over-nurturing, on the other end, and I get it, we love our animals, not saying that that can necessarily be a bad thing, but it can also be very damaging, and it can also put ourselves in a predicament if we get a dog that is a much stronger temperament to who we are as an individual personality-wise. If you get a person that is always, oh, my baby, this, that, blah, 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 you think about how that state of mind is actually going to coexist and survive in the animal world, and understand that dogs are social beings that live instinctually under social and pack hierarchy, and how that dog is going to have to feel when it looks at you, and how it's going to look at you as if you're a competent leader or not. Because you think about it, within the animal world, if you're to live in such a state of mind, you cannot adequately and safely be a caregiver, guardian, parent to the rest of the pack, leader to the rest of the pack, to another animal, or be able to look after yourself in such a state of mind. You got the perception of threat. You need to be able to adhere to responsibilities, to be able to bring food back for the pack, and to be able to keep yourself in a strong, healthy state of mind, so that you are not a liability to yourself or the rest of them. So this is why it's so important, because if we fail to be able to give the dog a strong, confident, healthy pack leader to be able to trust within its guidance and direction, to be able to follow, it is only instinctual for the dog to try and take this position. So understanding that, we need to know and recognize how important it is to be able to match the dog's temperament to our personality. And this also goes into within our own personal key. I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it for what it is. If you are a person that lives a very sloppy lifestyle, you are unfit, you are weak, you are mentally weak, so that means you don't have the ambition, you don't have the personality to be able to function in high stress situations, you know, all the rest of it. So again, if you're that half-assed sloppy version of a human being, what are you doing getting a powerful breed or a dog that is so capable of causing carnage or putting itself in danger, or putting you in danger or other people in danger, getting these more powerful breeds? If you are a person of a smaller stature, what are you doing getting a dog that weighs very close to you or outweighs you? Because let's be real, pound for pound, the animal's a lot stronger than the human. You put a 30 kilo human against a 30 kilo dog, that person's got no chance. It is what it is. I've seen people that weigh 60, 70, 80 kilos that cannot contain a 40 kilo dog, you know, that just do not have what it takes within them physically to be able to control that animal. So we need to be able to understand it and look at it in a way of, can we physically restrain this dog if the worst possible scenario kicks off? How are we going to be able to control this dog if it bites another person, attacks another child, another animal, whatever it may be? If you are weak physically and mentally, and you cannot even adhere to your own keep as a human being, as your own individual keep, to create a competent individual, what are you doing fucking around with these more powerful breeds and these dogs that have a much higher capacity to do damage? I understand training is one thing, but then you have the rest of the dog's life on the other side of the scale. You know, we need to understand how our own keep, how our own personalities and who we are as an individual also affects the dog. Not everything is a training issue. If you think about it, you look at some of these people, awesome trainers, that also find themselves in shitty circumstances and shitty situations where their dog has either turned on them and attacked them and they were helpless to do anything, or where they have failed to physically restrain their dog when they needed to, and their dog has gotten loose, their dog has gotten out and done something. These are all things that we need to recognize as an important factor when choosing our own dogs. And I know this is going to upset some people, but you know what? Facts are facts, and reality operates differently to what your emotions are at times. And we need to be able to accept this as part of life so that we can keep our dogs safe, and so that we can keep others safe, and so that we can be a competent caregiver, guardian and parent of the dogs that we choose to consciously bring into our lives, that we consciously choose to bring into our family units, and that we choose to be able to adhere for the jobs and tasks that we may have ahead of them. So keeping these things in mind, I hope this can help you choose the right dog for your next companion, for your family unit, or for any job that you need the animal to be able to adhere to. Let's continue to create better humans for our dogs. Let's stop fucking around. Let's start doing the right thing for ourselves, for the family units and for the animals. For the rest of the video, I'm going to show you a little bit of my own kickboxing, stuff like that, a little bit of flow state fun stuff, and some cardio work that I got in with Rocco earlier. Alright, hope you enjoy the video. Peace.
Here, if you don't know me, Watson, owner of Watson Fit, DP Penitentiary Life, it's over 50. What we're doing is to create the best version of you, physically and mentally, by smashing and straight getting to the point. Go to www.com to sign up for Coaching Today. Let's go! Right before this video, my father, and I saw him commenting, let me introduce you to get some prison time.